Oh gosh. You know what? It's so good to be here. You guys are just joy. You're so joy. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying, it's like at the end of the journey, what is there? I think because I kind of worked in this corporate world, it was kind of numbers, 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 numbers. That's
The Z on the end. We proactively look for ways, and I'm making sure that I'm not mute so everyone can hear me. We proactively look for ways to be supported. We support the Black community.
what they're
Mm.
thinking. But then me, when I'm speaking to the customer, I'm thinking, this is a human. Do you know what I mean? It's not a number to me. Like I'm having a conversation, I'm learning about this, that, and the other. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the journey,
Mm.
what am I doing? Like there's nothing to just I used to write these little notes and used to say, oh, congratulations. I'm thinking, why can't we do something? And
Oh Lord, you loved it, Superwoman. And you know what? We had to play that tune. These tunes aren't just played by you know, these tunes are played because by selection. We have Superwoman, Simone Smith. She is joining us on Champs and Giggles. Simone of Curious Pencil. By the way, if you're listening on radio, we have these shows every week. On Zoom, the password is 885-2692-0675. And the password is Fridays with a Z on the end. We proactively look for ways, and I'm making sure that I'm not mute so everyone can hear me. We proactively look for ways to be supported. We support the Black community because we Black. Simone, I haven't forgotten your last point. You're talking about mortgages, a house is sold, and how do you celebrate that moment? Start the things. You're at home, you're amongst people that can hear you.
oh gosh. You know what? It's so good to be here. You guys are just joy. You're so joy. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying, it's like at the end of the journey, what is there? I think because I kind of worked in this corporate world, it was kind of
Mm,
numbers, 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 numbers. That's all they're
mm.
thinking. But then me, when I'm speaking to the customer, I'm thinking, this is a human. Do you know what I mean? It's not a number to me. Like I'm having a conversation, I'm learning about this, that, and the other. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the journey,
Mm.
what am I doing? Like, there's nothing to just. I used to write these little notes and used to say, "Oh, congratulations." I'm thinking, why can't we do something as a business that might cost like a couple of pounds? It could even just be, just something small or a little
Right.
hamper. And these people are spending thousands, thousands
Right.
upon thousands with us. So it's getting that perspective right.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
feel like a lot of the times with these bigger corporates, they lose that. That's where
Right.
the smaller companies come in and able to kind of maximize on those little personalization touch. So
It's quite amazing what you've done because, like you say, you was doing mortgages, and I have experience. So somebody's bought a house, they've done a transaction. I don't know if because I was in America when I was doing this, and you charge, you'd get a there's a fee on the mortgage. So a 300,000 loan, for example, I would charge 3%, and
mm,
then also on the back side, you can charge a couple. You can get a couple points as well, which
mm,
a couple points, a couple more percent. So I'd get like 5% on the deal. So
mm,
I'm getting paid. I mean,
yeah.
that's like 15,000, and that's I'm
Mm,
getting paid. So what you've done is you looked at it and said, well, everybody's getting paid on the banking side.
mm,
Here's this person they've got into debt that's going
mm,
to continue on for a number of years,
mm,
30, right? In America,
mm,
it's 30-year mortgage.
yeah.
And you said, well, it's also a big step. I remember a friend of mine, he bought his family home. They got married. and him and his wife, and I'd help them with the mortgage to get their family home, and they was humongously grateful and happy, and that was their home. And you're so right. I mean, to say a little text, thank you, just doesn't cut it, does it?
It doesn't. I think,
and then that's where you were, right? You was right at that point, like, hang on a minute. I think note.
It was that point, because I was doing cards anyway. And I'm seeing the reaction from people saying, oh my gosh, this card. A lot of, okay, I'm kind of saying the story a little bit backwards, but
yeah, go on, sideways, however you want.
Yeah, I'm kind of started in the middle or out towards the middle-ish anyway. Take it back a few steps. My side, in terms of how we actually started, I have to explain this to then talk forward. So it was myself and my sister. So my sister's in uni, she's doing furniture design. I'm in uni, I'm doing English and creative writing. We went to a trade show, saw some cards, and was like, oh, we could do something better than that. You know, because I could come up with the words and she could come up with the designs, and then we just started that way. So my background is actually the words. So I'm more of a wordsmith, but then I molded into an editor and designer through having to do it, because we had to make it work, basically.
Right.
So yeah. So that's the dynamic. So I've seen firsthand the reaction that people had when they read and saw the connection between the words and the picture, and they're saying, this touched me, you know. And I saw the impact that a card, some people just think, oh, it's just a card, just throw it away. But if you put the effort into making a good card, the impact that it has, you know, is immeasurable. And it, you know, to just do something simple like that to a customer, they put it on their shelf, free advertising for you because you got your logo on there. People come in the house, who do you do your mortgage for? Oh, okay. Oh, they did, you know, it's extra advertising for that company as well. So
loaded. I you know, when people talk, I hear all the finer points, and I'm hearing or heard that your sister was furniture. Note the point, guys. Furniture design.
Yeah.
And you was English creative writing.
Yeah.
And that combined to make a card.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly. Sometimes you just how it happens.
It's amazing. As I said many years ago, a man said, it's not that black people don't have ideas.
Yes,
we do.
We do.
You know,
we do.
And here we are 7 years later. Hold on. Now, considering, very important question, considering that so much thought goes into these cards, how much does a card cost?
It would depend on what you're ordering, because we go up in volume. So if, say for instance, a company's ordering, so the minimum, we do it in bulk orders. So if we're doing a bespoke, then we'll charge for the design, and then we'll charge maybe a couple of pounds for the actual card itself. And then it will decrease depending on how many you order, in costs. But we also now, we understand the bespoke is great, but there's some companies who are smaller companies who may not have the funds to go down the bespoke route, but they still want to do a little something. So we've got the kind of in between. So we've built up a catalog. It's not yet fully fledged on the website because we're in the process of a new site, but where you can add the logo, change your colors, and it will be affordable for a small company.
I'm just going to stop you right there. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you right there. Wait.
You're itching to jump in.
my missus, she calls me a politician because she asked me a question. And my answer can be, how much does it cost for a card?
I said 2 to 3. Well, it could be anywhere ranging between £1 to £3, depending on the bulk amount that you order.
Okay. You hear that, people? It's £1 to £3, but she don't sell one card.
I don't sell one card.
You heard that, innit? You heard that. Yeah, she don't sell one card.
I don't sell one card.
Depending on the bulk. See, I heard bulk.
Yeah.
So your cards are like £1,000 to £3,000 because you're corporate, right?
Yeah, depending on the orders that the amount that they order. Yeah.
You know, we have to talk the thing. You know, one of the things in our community, money is a fearful word. You know, we shouldn't be scared of money. Money's a fearful word, but we need to embrace money because money pays our bills.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Money pays our bills. You can't expect big money if you're not happy. I'm so happy about money. It just comes. Woo! It just flows in. I'm so happy about it. I remember when I was doing mortgages back in the day, and yeah, I used to be sat at the desk and you used to be dialing on the phone. I don't know if they did the same here. And we used to be calling up. There was a website called knowmybills.com, and that's how the leads used to come in. And you used to get a stack of leads on your desk, and you'd have to be calling through those, and everybody else was calling through the same leads. And I remember I used to be dialing, and I used to say, smile and dial, smile and dial. Money is coming through this phone. I used to be so excited. We had a contest. Who can get the most deals? My name was top of that board.
Wow.
I'm telling you, my name was top of that board. Let's not be shy about money. Money comes where it's
yeah.
I'm telling you, you're going to get some massive deals. I'm sure you must say that to yourself every day. You're going to get some massive deals.
Well, I don't say it to myself every day. But I need to. I need to.
The show is called Talk the Things.
I know, it's true. Do you know what?
Lord have mercy.
It's true. Sometimes you can get stuck in that rut, not rut, but kind of like just keep doing. But you need to sometimes pull back and be like, you know what? Actually, you know, it's times like this that I'll reflect and be like, look how far we've come. Do you know what I mean? It's good. It's good. So
far you've come from just an idea. You understand? Using a mortgage company, working, and hang on a minute, there's something.
Yeah.
There's a gap that needs to be filled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the truth is, furniture's done great, right? And cards have been invented. That's what you did. You invented cards to fill a space.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a huge space. I mean, quite interestingly, yours are not the type of cards that you go to Asda and see on the shelf. That's not your cards. No. Your cards have something special about it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. The thing that we like to highlight is that all of them are hand illustrated. And what we do with the hand illustration is a lot of the time, which every design type, is good in its own right. But what we like to do is keep it raw. So keep the hand illustration looking like a hand illustration rather than looking like a digital illustration. We like to keep the card textured so it looks like someone, so often people mistake it that we've actually drawn on the actual card. So yeah, that's what we like to do.
Well, that looks like somebody's drawing on the card to me.
Yeah, that's my sister's hand.
There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, that's looking good.
Yeah, it's good, and we have a lot of positive feedback on that, and I think it is about looking at how
your
you
sister
can stand out. Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at the video here. Your sister, she can put pencil to paper. Lord have mercy, that's looking good to me. That thing's looking right at me.
Looking
now, interestingly,
yeah,
she's drawing this on what appears to be a pad. So you make it into a card, but you could have a notepad that goes along with the card. Could you not?
Well, you could.
And sort of have an array of items that go, here's a card, thank you so much. Here's a notepad because you're going to want to make notes about the furniture that you're going to want to buy for your home, And I guess company business card could go with it.
Yeah. And
that's, for referral purpose, or a calendar. I remember I used to give people a calendar magnet. They'll put it on their fridge. And the idea was that's going to stay there for a whole year.
Yeah.
So maybe next year they're going to want to refinance because interest rates were falling. Yeah. And they give me a call back. And it used to work. I used to send them a calendar every year. But do you know what I mean? So it could become a package, couldn't it?
Yeah. And that's kind of where ideally we would like to partner with people. Yes, we can do those things, and yes, we have done those things. But one thing that I've learned along my journey is that we can't do everything.
Let me just stop you right there, because Lord of mercy, guys, did you hear that? She said it, and I have said it 1,000 times. You can't do we can't do everything. But what we can do is something, and then we add other people, and it comes together, and then now we got multiple things going on where one is working hand in hand with the other.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's easy when you're starting up. One of the hardest things for us was the amount of ideas that you get. If you're a creative person, even Black people, like you said, we have a lot of ideas from conversations. We have a lot of good ideas, and it's so easy to get tossed to and fro between different ideas and think, oh, I'm going to do this. But I had to write on my vision board. This was years ago, but I had to write on there. I am
just one second. Did you hear that, guys? She wrote on her
vision board. Yeah. We
have spoken about it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. We've spoken about the vision board. Simone, you're using a vision board?
Yeah, I am. And I actually looked at one of my old ones, and I was just like, wow, tick, 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 tick. And it's like,
it's all happening.
Yeah.
What you've written on the board is happening.
Yeah, it's important to visualize it. But yeah, it was important for me I had to put on there, I am a finisher. And and also zoning in on something, because yes, we can do cards, we can do many other different things, but we had to zone in on something. But we zoomed in on cards, then we zoomed in on hand illustrated cards, and then we zoomed in on corporate greeting cards. So we've zoomed in on where we're very, very specific, and people do come to us and say, oh, can you do? We can in some occasion, but really our focus, what we focus on, what people know us as, is corporate greeting cards.
Yeah.
Which was hard to be strict enough to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. But it pays off. It pays off.
That's so amazing. I really love. I'm loving your story. I am being inspired by your story. As I listen, you focused in on specific things, and there's so much distraction, right? People asking this, people asking how coming out, but what you had to do was focus in on specific things, and it just, as you did that, you got closer and closer to your mark and the clarity. So it wasn't so clear to begin, but as you began to focus in, it just get. And here I can see the logo in the background there, Kira's pencil is just, and as we said, pencil, an S on the end.
Yeah.
But as you said, no,
it's one pencil.
I love it. Julie Juice in the building. She asked a question here. Okay. Were you artistically trained or qualified?
So, no, I wasn't. Though my sister was.
In furniture.
In furniture, but no, she still had what's it called? Art and design background kind of thing
Right.
to get to her point, you know, and
Right.
she did enjoy that in her own kind of time as well. But for me personally, I wasn't, but now I do a lot of the digital editing of the cards. I'm quite heavily involved in that. And to be honest, it's just been, I think with my mindset and how I work, it's like I sometimes, I don't know if it's good or bad, but sometimes I'm like, I can do that. You know, I'm just like, I can do it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And even if I
can.
can't, I will find a way how to do it.
Of course.
And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? If that person can do it, I can do it. Obviously, at the early stage, when we didn't have like the funding, you had to learn how to do everything yourself.
Right.
But at that point, it felt difficult, but in the long run, it pays off. Right. It really does pay off. So now, even when I think about my business now, you know how when you first start off, you have to be the design expert, you have to be the marketing expert, you have to be the HR expert, legal, finance, everything. You have to be everything to your own business,
right?
You know, and at the start, it's hard because you're trying to work out this and trying to work out that. Some people do. Obviously, it's great if you've got the funds to get someone in and do it. But I think now we're at a position to obviously get people in and get funds and whatever. I know what I'm looking out for. So I know finance now. I know like the design elements now. I know what I'm looking for because of the seed stage when I was working so hard trying to do it myself. So it's like I've learned from, and there's so much online, YouTube, like it's so many free resources online, you know. You can build your way if you're determined to, you can.
So when you say I can do that, yeah, you can, because the resources are there.
They're there.
Click and watch. Somebody somewhere on the planet has done a video showing you how to do whatever it is you want to do.
100%.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, we designed that website. I designed.
Done the website yourself. And actually, it's an amazing website. I keep flicking back to the website. Those listening on the radio are not going to have this insight. They can look at curiouspencil.co.uk. But you can see the different types of cards: Christmas cards, property, thank you cards, birthday cards, travel cards, recruitment. I mean, then if you can't find what you're looking for, we'll do something bespoke. We'll create a card specific to your needs. You know, and the website looked nice, though, isn't it? Are you that?
We're in the process of getting a new one, so wait till you see that one.
You know, funny enough, if you were now to pay someone to do a website, I mean, obviously you've got a set standard. They've got to beat the standard that you've already created, haven't they?
Which is we're paying someone now to do our website, and now I'm like, no, I know how to do this.
Right. So what features are you putting in there that's going to, you know,
good.
You know, accentuate the website more, because you're not going to pay for what you do, obviously. You know, Spice says she loved her birthday card. Claire says your cards are creme de la creme of cards. ICI, your cards are amazing for all occasions. I mean, so everybody's talking here, but here's a few questions. You know, as well as I'm being advised to obtain some cards from you. Question here: how do you market yourself?
Yeah, good question.
And that's Julie Juice.
That's a good question, really. I think along the journey we've had to trial and error different ways of marketing, but I find that our sweet spot is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, if you're not utilizing it, is an amazing platform. We just connect with people. That's how we got Jaguar Land Rover. Just speak, you know. I think, you know, you just gotta. I think initially I was in my own head a lot. Thinking that, you know, they might just think, who am I, and whatever. And at that time, when we got Jaguar Land Rover, we didn't have a backlog of companies that we worked for at that point.
Right.
Because we went from, like I said, working with direct to consumer to corporate. But what we had to do is show them. So we said, okay, can we just send you a sample? And it was a risk, because obviously we designed something quick for them and sent it in the post, but they were blown away. And they were like,
so it wasn't even a personal meeting, it was sent in the post. They received it.
We use our cards as marketing as well.
Of course.
So we have the conversation on LinkedIn. We say, look, it'll be great to show you something of what we can do. We send something in the post. 9 times out of 10, we have a really good conversation with them that turns into business. And if it's not business right then, it's business at a later point. Yeah. But I think the difference is because people don't really get physical mail in the post as much anymore. So when they get that, they see that this person, and there's a handwritten note in there saying, they see that and they're like, whoa. Yeah,
this is amazing. And we're going to come back to that point. See that right there is, I'm going to have to pause it. A handwritten, because how do you do a handwritten note 1,000 times? And as we're going on to that point, which we're going to come back to after the commercial break, we are in conversation with Curious Pencil CEO Simone Smith. Champs and Giggles every Friday. This is what we do. We big up our community. We are going to be back after these words.